Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So glad you've returned. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and your beautiful messages that really touch my heart, and that that I'm touching yours too. And that's pretty awesome to me, to reach out and touch other people who think the way you do is a beautiful, beautiful thing of bringing people together, to give us a voice, right? We need someone to have a voice for us. We're going through a lot. This is a big transformation on the world. This time there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of new stuff coming in. There's a lot of fear, sadness, regrets, just all kinds of negative energy that's surrounding the globe right now. And I just think we need to focus on the positive so that we manifest positive. And even though it's hard right now, having faith and hope in God, for those of us who believe in God, is a solid. It's a spiritual solid. And hope and faith in a good God, a benevolent God that's going to bring us through this, is the only way we should carry on. And knowing that we are changing the world, even as we do maybe not a lot, but we keep our faith and hope that this new world that we're going to see be given birth to will be a world of peace and equality. And in fact, I hope and think that all of us would stand up to ensure that there is peace and equality. And that's why we want to learn how to get along in relationships, so that we can back each other up on a solid base and do what we need to do to push forward into designing and creating this world. Now, we are not all alike, any of us. We're all individuals. But do we all want a good home? Yes. Do we all want our children a good education? Yes. Do we all want good, healthy, nutritious food? Yes, with a cake and ice cream once in a while, right? Yeah, everybody deserves that. And the best medical that their money has bought them, we want as well. There's no such thing as classes, and we want to X out the class act, because we're all equal. There is no classes, and that's what we want to fight against. You can't put the people in this class and that class, because money is fake. It's not even real. They bank their money off the Earth's resources, which belong to us all. So it's time we got realized that this planet belongs to us. Us, as in us all. Okay. We ended the Divine Masculine with victory. He had a death, went into hermit mode, transformation mode, and he is working his way through the labyrinth. He is finding his way. He's no longer stuck. And when he does get stuck, he immediately looks for death and transformation, and comes out of it in hermit mode and victory. And the same over here. We have got the hermit, right? We've got the tower. So they are actually, reflecting off each other, odd as that may be. But of course, there are some theories and, noise that goes out there about twin flames and stuff. But myself, I don't believe in the twin flame thing. I believe that is very toxic. What I believe in is just love, true love. When you love somebody, you know you love them. And, you might not ever give up on them. I've been there. I've been married 4 times, my last time for 30 years. And even though he made me madder than a firecracker, and he did too, and I made my boundaries, and I didn't let him near me, and I got that addictive kind of love, right? And so he began changing, and we are still in separation, even though I have not dated nor even thought to, because I've invested everything into learning tarot and learning about rocks and learning about myself. The first year was all about me, learning what I could do to make me okay because I was devastated. And so after I became okay, I knew I needed to take up a hobby. I needed to take up something I love and invest my energy into it. And so I chose tarot. And then, I began to think about everything I've been through and how I had healed. And I wanted to share that with others because I didn't know if I would be able to heal from what happened. And I didn't know if I would ever get through it. Even after a year, I was still crying. But that's when I started doing the chakra thing, cleansing my chakras, getting rid of old energy, inviting new energy in, trying to keep him out of my mind, by investing in things that the energy was going to return to me. And this was the only thing I could do, and I was guided by the Holy Spirit to do this, because I was brokenhearted. I thought we had a sacred marriage. I thought it was sacred. And I found out that I had been living a dream, and it broke my heart, truly. But here I am, 2 years later, on the other side, stronger than I could ever imagine. I've healed my heart with the help of the Holy Spirit, God, Mother Earth. I've understood what happened. And once you understand what happened, you can't go back. You understand. And that's what God love is all about. And, I still see him. He's in my life. I love him. My children love him. But that don't mean he gets invited into my private life. He's my friend at this moment in time. And will we ever do it again? I don't know. It's all slow work from here because I'm totally involved with this now, and I've fallen in love with this, and I'm, I love him too, but not like this. So I love you guys. I love God. I love where I've been. I love where I'm going. And I love for the first time in my life that I could stand up on my own 2 feet and walk without fear. Strong, knowing that I am independent. I can take care of myself no matter what. Whether he's here, whether he's gone, no matter what. If I get left all alone, I can take care of myself. I've done proved that. And so that makes me feel pretty good as a self-confident human, and that is what hermit mode helped me do. Realize that. And I didn't have, I don't have an education. I would have had to go work at the store, at some labor job for hardly nothing. But by the grace of God, I'm a panhandler. And so I would take my sign and take my little dog, because my dog goes with me everywhere. And she would sit there with me, and I panhandled through the day to get what I needed to live and survive and pay my bills. And God is good. And, I feel like it's God's work to do that. I pray over everybody. I, send good love and spirits and healing and family medicine to bring families together. And I do it through the power of the Holy Spirit, and so I feel very blessed to be one of God's workers. And I take it seriously. So here we are, and I'm not like any kind of religion. I just believe in a great creator of all things, and I have studied and looked through all the religions, and I come to decide that religion is a separator. Let's just love creation. Let's just love the whole kit and caboodle. Everything that was created is a part of God's work. So let's just love it all. Let's work with it all, and let's do our best to come up with the power of the Holy Spirit and tweak it to even be better. Fine tune it by fixing relationships and learning how to get along with each other, and understanding that sharing of the resources is good. It ain't going to change anything. We'll all still and go about our daily worldly business. But maybe you won't have to work 12, 10 hours a day. Maybe it'll be cut down to 4, and it'll pay for everything. And you have time to spend with your family and go on journeys and experience things and bring your families closer together, because the more we love each other, the more we love everybody. It starts right here, loving yourself first, and you find out after that that you're actually, you love everybody like they're your brother. You feel kin to all things, creatures, plants, rocks. It doesn't matter. I love rocks. I love trees. I love the squirrels. I feed squirrels. I feed the birds. I feed the crows. I don't care. I love them all. They all have their place, just like we do. That being said, guys, I've taken up so much of your time. I get started talking about God, and I can't hardly stop. I love you guys, and we're going to turn over the card for creators. And here is Creator's View. Oh. The Emperor, God the Father, is watching over. I call God the Father of righteousness. And then Mother Earth is our divine feminine that supports and nourishes us with all this wonderful stuff, our material body, with watermelons and apples and, even a fly once in a while flies through the room to get your attention. But Mother Earth provides all this bountiful resources that are upon this earth for us to use. And it is an us thing, because this land is my land, this land is your land, this land is our land. And I think God, in his emperor status right now, is declaring that, because that's what we have been talking about, and that's what it come out. The emperor is somebody that is fair and just and resides equally over all. And we know that equality on this earth has not been for all. We know that. And we need to recognize that. And what I want to recognize now, though, is that the male and the female down here beneath the Creator are beginning to work together in equality. They're mirroring one another. The divine masculine is mirroring the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is mirroring the divine masculine. So what does this tell us? This tells us that people are changing. If these two souls are growing up and changing, and they are the souls that help all of us to lead and guide us through the bottleneck that we're in right now on this planet, they would have had to come together first and learn to get along, so that the rest of us begin to come together and learn to get along. And God being a part of that, because he created them male and female did he create them. And we know for a very reason that there has been hell between the male and the female for as far back as we can remember. It goes back to the garden. And, and I'm sure even even Abraham and Sarah, that relationship where, he was told to take an extra wife to bear a child, and then she and the child were thrown out. So we can see that it goes way back, way, way, way back, between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and bringing them out of chaos and bringing us into clarity and to order, to bring a better birth of a new world. And get my cards, guys. I'm going to get the Good Messenger, the Good Messenger Tarot for God. And maybe we'll pull a couple Gaia cards too for God. So the Emperor resides over, the whole kingdom, justice, equality, doing the right thing, virtues. When we talk about virtues, a lot of people are like, oh no, not that again. Well, telling the truth is a virtue, and that's not a bad thing. Being honorable and complying with a contract you make, whether it's in a marriage or a business, that's virtuous to honor that contract. So, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people have allowed things to, just fall to the wayside because it's so much trouble working virtuously. It's easier to skid by on the sneaky side and do what they want to do, which doesn't agree with God anymore. And we want to hold these people accountable. The people that have power on this planet have a responsibility to all of us, or they get to lose that responsibility, is what God says. And we should take it from them, not through war, but through truth and diligence of making boundaries and standing up in our truth, begin to talking our truth and how we feel and think things are at this time. And no politician is going to help us. No politician. We've seen it's only got worse and worse. I don't know what they're doing, but they cater to money. They cater to money. Follow the money. Follow the money. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They make the laws for the rich and the powerful. And that isn't serving us. And if it doesn't serve us, then we don't want to serve it. We don't want to keep it. That's not what we want. What we want is equality for all peoples, equality of meds, equality of housing, equality of food, equality of experiences, equality of education, the best their money can buy. That's what we want. The same as them. We're the same and we're equal, and we want the best their money can buy. Whatever they've been buying for themselves, we want too. And we want our work days cut down to 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, so we can spend time with our children. They don't always have to be in daycare or a babysitter. I'm speaking on behalf of God. This is the things that you want in your life. And you know you. And we have to stand up and ask for these things. But first, we have to learn how to ask, and we have to learn how to be strong and fearless and bold and be ready to, defend our right. And it's not hard to defend the thing that we are born of nature, and nature wants to take care of us. It's them standing between us and the resources. Nature provided the resources for free. Our ancestors built it. See? Queen of Cups. Queen of Water. Intuition. Loving. Gentle. Kind. She's here to match the Emperor. This is Mother God. Mother of Waters. The waters, the pure waters, the primordial waters you were born in, the ethers, the primordial waters of love, of God, of movement, and we all want to work through love. We don't want death. We don't want murder. We don't want war. We just want the powerful to know that their time is up and owning everything on this earth. It's not right. It's not lawful. You cannot own this planet. You cannot own it. You don't get to keep it because you're going to die someday. You see, you can't own it and keep passing it down to your kids and your family gathering more and more and more, where eventually there won't be none left for the outsiders, the misfits. Yeah. And that be the damn truth, the sun and strength. Leo and the sun. Yeah, that be the damn truth. I love you guys. Don't let me scare you. Pray about it. Pray about it and see what you think. I'll be preaching this till till the kingdom comes down, till the kingdom rises up, however it's going to be. And I ain't going to stop. Gotta drop cards, but oh, Nine of Fire. Let the old world die and let's give birth to a new world of equality. We're all equal. That's right, we're all equal. And I'm including animals, okay? They have a right to have their territory and their place as well. You know, we all do. We can't build no more in this world. We took too much of the wilderness out. We need the wilderness. We need it. So that means it's time that we started, working with family planning and a higher education, better medical for everybody. I mean, there's just build as much as we can. We can't rip out no more. And it's time to just work with what we have and learn to handle the population that we have and have everybody treated fairly and equally. We don't want the people on the streets anymore. It's not right. Two of Cups. That's love. That's God's love for you. You see, God is saying, I love you. I don't expect you to suffer. These are emotions. These are feelings that God is having, you understand. You see? And so we have to have faith and hope and belief that the time is right and coming, that we can do this without war, peace on earth, goodwill towards mankind, right? And they got to put their money where their mouth is. 99% of them say they believe in God and go to church. Well, then we need to hold them to the works they believe that is preached in their words, right? We need to hold them to it. And if any of their God says they want violence and war, well, then we're not going to deal with that God. He going down. He going down, because that's not the way of nature. When you look out through the woods, you don't see violence and war. You see the birds getting along with all the other animals. You see the foxes and the snakes, and you just don't see intruding violence in nature. The animals all respect each other. It's a beautiful thing. It's very symbolic of how we all should act, if you think about it. Eight of Water. We need to walk away from holding the politicians, the movie stars, the celebrities, the rich. We need to walk away from those emotions that we have that they're so great, when in all reality, they're not. Every time you buy something with their name on it, they get promoted. Every time, they get your money, you're giving it to them. That which helps you to survive and live. Right? Yeah. And, God's asking you to see what your money is building up. Is it something good that you can be proud of? Are you putting your money into good things? Or are you sending money to people who are already rich and helping to make them more powerful and more rich? And in reality, they're already there and they don't really need that, and they don't share that. They say they have charities, but you got billionaires asking poor people for money to help other poor people who got burned up, and they think because they got their face on the show that they're so, hyped up on themselves that, they could give $1 billion to the people who got burned up and they wouldn't even notice it. And then just think how the people would have loved them. Think about that. Yeah, think about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the end of the days for the people that are rich asking the poor people for money, because I know that they got pretty ripped up over that. Yeah, nobody liked that. Mm-mm. And really, it should have been just a humanitarian thing that, money would have been diverted there, their land would have been protected, and they would have had homes built back because they were productive citizens in this society. What is the matter with people? Tower. People are having towers right now. I mean, just think, there's no reason there wasn't enough resources that any of those people had to do without or suffer or should still be doing so. Yeah, our resources should be used for the people that we have on this planet right now and to teach them, some of the basic education of parenting, birth control. We need to have good education and good educators for our children, the best. All of us deserve the best. Yeah. Just because, if you're born poor, you don't hardly have a chance in hell, really. I mean, you better be a tough nut to get out of that lack mentality. Oh, yeah. Emperor again on the bottom. Yeah, you better be a tough nut. Seven of Earth, watching what you do. Yeah, to get out of uneducated, poverty, lack mentality, it's almost impossible. Almost impossible. You have to be really something else to get there. For the longest time, I didn't think I deserved a damn thing, but God told me that ain't true. That's not true, Connie. I didn't bring you here to be shunned and kicked to the outskirts of society, to be homeless and uneducated. I didn't intend that. That's why I made you such a fighter, Connie. That's what he told me. He said, I made you a fighter, girl. High priestess. Listening to your intuition, knowing the future, understanding by what you see today what's going to happen tomorrow, calculating, analyzing, thinking, and figuring it out. Next to the tower, God says, think about it. Think about what this message is saying to you. That you were created, that in all actuality, this land belonged to the native peoples anyway. It was taken by force and violence. Yeah. They didn't come in here and just settle in and take what they were offered. They came in, settled in, and took what was belonging to the other people too. Now, I'm not asking anybody let's go to war or anything like that, because it can be done in peace. It would be justice to take the government to court and prove that they have not taken care of the land or the people, and that they are negligent, and therefore take the power back from them. Oh, 3 Earth. We could build that. We could build that. It's time that people come together, and the wisdom and knowledge, and in the right. And in the right. Yeah, the right. Build it. Building a beautiful piece or work of art the right way. Bringing out the truth and singing about justice. Because we do have higher and higher and higher court systems. It could be proved that they are negligent with their power. We know that. We got people right now that don't have a place to live, and there's no reason for that. when other people have lots of mansions with empty rooms. There's no reason. We got children not getting educated, not getting the best medical. We've got several different layers of classes, but guess what? Even middle income class is falling. And when the middle income class is gone, there's only going to be the rich and the poor. Middle income's the only thing that was holding up the poor from hitting the ghetto anyway. And we want to sail to a different shore. We want to begin to think about the things that can be done to make things better on this world. And they make us think that we need their permission to do it, but we don't. What we need is a lot of people to come together in peace with strong willpowers and a good voice. And we can break the war machine. We can break the machine. Oh, Queen of Earth, whatever. Abundance. We can break it. We can break the matrix. We can break the forces. Our ancestors built this world. The Mother Earth gave the resources for free. It's time they let us have a little piece of the pie. And we can prove they owe it to us. It's just simple as that. We don't want war. We actually want peace. We want to know in peace that our children and our grandchildren are going to have a great education. We want to know in peace that we're always going to have a home. We want to know in peace that our elderly will be taken care of and tended to. We want to know in peace that good people will be working for good people. And when things like this happen, people will only get kinder and kinder and gentler because they no longer have to rely on survival instincts, which are raw and hardcore. We can soften up. Life would get softer. People would get softer and gentler. Everything would be covered. We would start coming up with brilliant and great ideas of forward movement in technology and all kinds of different things. Because the stress would be taken off everyday life, and when you take away stress, it frees your mind up to have good thoughts, good ideas, good stuff. Yeah. Looking at the stars. When you free up stress, you got time to glance at the stars. Time to dream. You have time to dream and time to play and time to pretend. And remember back when you was a child and you played in your imagination. And we could all be children again, and we wouldn't have to be so stern and tough, would we? We could return back to love. Turn back to beauty, turn back to kindness, turn back to gentleness, turn back to knowing that we're all going to be all right because we're all working to take care of each other. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't change much. We could go to a 4-hour workday. Everybody would continue to do the same things they're doing, except money would not be involved. What you need would be available. Fast food, you need a hamburger, go get one. It's wintertime. You need a new pair of boots? You go get one. Everybody's still working, except there's no exchange of money, just goodwill and, graciousness. And we've done paid for it because we worked 4 hours a day for Mother Earth in whatever place our station was. And then we go home to our family and enjoy it. We could even separate the workday out to where one parent would be home with the children during the day and another parent would be home with the children at night. And then there'd be 3 days together where they'd both be off. We could make a beautiful world with some creative thought. And, a little bit of creativity goes a long, long way. Right? Yeah. So we don't have to think the same. We can imagine things, our children getting the best education 4 hours a day, right? The best. We could do it. We're at a stage in humanity where we are intelligent enough to pull this off. We could create this in the world, and it would benefit every soul living in it. Or of earth, it would make a foundation. It would build something beautiful. It would be the beginning of something beautiful. Basically, heaven on earth. Basically, goodwill to mankind and life on earth. Goodwill to all life. Goodwill to all living creatures, whether mineral or plant or flesh or feathers or fish or, whatever. And then the world would become like a beautiful, free-flowing zoo. I mean, come on, use your imagination. It can be done. It can be done. God says you just gotta think a little bit about it. When he first told me this dream 8 years ago, I was like, oh my God, he's right. She's right. Mother Earth, they're right. That's right. That's the right way to live. This is a message of fire. I hope it lights you up. I hope you get lit up knowing that everything on this planet belongs to you, that you desire, that you need. Let's say that you need. Let's cover the basic needs. Rent, shelter, a home, we have to have that. Medical, food, clothing, and new experiences every 6 months. Travel, to keep from being stagnant. This would be the life of luxury for most of us, right? Yeah. Yeah, where they live that life every day. And, we're willing to hang out, and I don't want to be like that. I would never want to be like that. Yeah. No, I don't want a yacht. I don't want a mansion. I want a family. I want grandchildren. I want grandkids. I don't want to build my dreams around money and things. I want to build my dreams around people and living creatures, my dogs, people, birds, animals, flowers, rocks, natural things, beautiful things, God-given things, and be happy with them. Throw your worries away and think about this fresh idea. Remember that your ancestors built this world. They built this city on rock and roll. And they got the resources to build it from Mother Earth. She gave it for free. She didn't charge them anything. And so somewhere all this got lost in the mix, right? And we just became the little guy that works for them for hardly nothing, while they're getting like this big chunk of the other side. And they don't got no stress or no worries. They just do whatever they want, make rules that they have no idea what they're making. Well, this message hasn't been nothing about the divine feminine, divine masculine, other than to say when we come together in peace and we can get along with each other, we can stand together and take our world back, take the garden back for the children. And that's what this whole, that's what we're ultimately going to do. Take it back in peace. Win it in peace. The art of peace. The art of peace. And they'll have to obey by the rules, too. Yeah. Well, let me pull hard on that. They will be obeying by the rules, because truth can't be, once you hear truth, you can't unhear it. It's like once you see truth, you can't unsee it. I'm going to take that 8 of Earths, playing the tune, growing the tree, calling in the peoples, the chakras, calling in the power, calling in the energy, calling in the balance, calling in the harmony. I'm going to read that card and then I'm going to rest. 8 of Earths. Eight of Earths. Beautiful. Apprenticeship, gaining knowledge, learning and employing a new craft or skill, learning something new. Even masters of their craft have more to learn, and we eagerly embrace the opportunity to go deeper, develop a greater understanding, and find new ways to apply what we know. We acknowledge all we have learned and accomplished, the skills we have developed, and the goals we have reached. Now is the time to find new ways to apply what we know to enhance our experience. Our beginner's awkwardness has melted away, and we know what we are doing now. I have the confidence to become more intimate with the work in all areas of my life. Basically, we're learning more and more every day about who we are and how we want to live our life. Hold on to those things that are precious to you. Keep balance in your home and your family. Have faith and hope that God's love, God's grace, and the rightness will come back and serve you, because what you put out will come back. And so when you put out good, good comes back. I guarantee you that. I guarantee. Follow the narrow road. It's easy. It's easy. All you have to do is not claim a denomination, and therefore you're okay, right? Because ain't nobody going to tell you you're a sinner. You're a freewheeler. I love my Mother Earth. I love the universe, my Father in heaven of righteousness, and I love me, His creation, and their creation, and their image. And so with that, you don't need religion. You don't need any of that. You can just praise God for that. Thank God for Jesus. Thank God for Buddha. Thank God for Krishna. Thank God for Martin Luther King. Thank God for those who have come and opened our minds to certain and special things that without them we would have never understood, bringing clarity out of chaos. And with Martin Luther King, I got a dream where we'll all be equal someday. Well, Jesus had that dream too. It was the dream Moses had. And now it's up to us to carry the torch forward. Carry that torch. We can do it in peace. In peace. I love you guys. I really enjoy talking to you guys and telling you my dreams, my hopes, my visions, and sharing with you God's perspective that He has helped me to come to as well, because I didn't start out thinking this way. It took a lot of, deep diving, equalizing, trying to figure out, is this true? Because God told this to me. Is this true? Well, yeah, it's true, guys. It's true. This planet belongs to me and you. Well, who would have thunk it? Yeah. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Good night.